destroying these bases here. They were going to stop the Falcon from fully spreading its wings. Well, that was the agenda the Necromaton had at the moment anyway. So what was done was a interesting little deal where the Zeta groups approached their Illuminati races, because they had collectives here, they had collectives in Japan, they have them all over the place. It's not one nationality, has Zeta races and another has an Anunnaki. There are dominant ones, but really they're scattered throughout. So the Zetas approached both the Japanese Illuminati and the United States Illuminati. They told them what was going to go down. They told Japan to invade, to give us an excuse to go into the war. We knew, certain levels of our Illuminati knew that was coming. In fact, there were even messages sent when those fleets were coming in. They were spotted, they were seen by U.S. troops, and the information was sent back. But it was received, but it was never acknowledged having been received. So we got a surprise attack.
That's in the case of New York City.
I mean,
the 9 messages.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even talk about that yet. So we have this situation, this drama created. The purpose of the drama was the Zetas, who were in power at the time for the Drac agenda, mobilized their Illuminati on both sides of the game to create a war game so they could, at one point, first of all, they stopped the Necromaton from building a base over in the Hawaiian area because there was so much scrutiny at that point and so much military presence in that point. They weren't going to be able to quietly build an underground base without getting spotted. So they weren't able to build the Necromaton weren't able to build their base off the coast of Hawaii. And that led to, after some other fancy dealings with other countries like Hitler and things like that, it led to, this was what they really wanted to do. The Necromaton had succeeded to some degree in sealing off the Nagasaki port interface that went with the Falcon Matrix. They didn't fully have a base there yet, but they'd started to build one, and they had what's like a frequency fence or cloaking shield. Now, if that cloaking shield was on there, the Zetas couldn't activate it. So they had to get something big enough and powerful enough, and they didn't have the grids fully activated yet to do the sonics the way they do now. If they were going to get that sonic power in the grids, they had to have all of these online. But if you drop a nuclear bomb on top of one of them, it tends to leave a weakness in those kind of fields that will allow mild sonics, which they did have access to shatter it. So they went after Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hiroshima was very interesting. It had a whole little collective of Necromaton and Drami Illuminati hybrid races. But the majority of the populations of Hiroshima were of the U race descent. They were Maji, Grail Line, Indigo.